What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Um, on this video you about to see right now, at the beginning I say it's the last one, but it's not. It's the second one. The one after this one, the third one, will be the last one. So don't pay no attention to me saying it's finale. You got one more part coming after this. Peace. What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. I'm back again with the last part of the interview with the brother right here. Introduce yourself to the Foundation again in case we got some new people that's joining.
I'm Stephen Leonard, 46 years old, from Birmingham, Alabama. Angela native, of course. Just good to be here, man.
Okay, we left off on the last one when your street career has started taking you to the juvenile facilities, which in California we call YA,
Right.
but in Alabama they call it state school.
Right.
So you you went through state school, you started learning the different neighborhoods that they had all throughout the city of Birmingham. You started meeting other people, and you eventually got out. So when you eventually got out, what happened? What took place then?
Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. When I got out of state school?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing about being in jail or going to jail, you remember going in dates and getting out there. I got out of state school September the 15th, 1993. Mind you, I was in middle school. I guess you would call it junior high.
Junior high school.
When I was sentenced. So when I got out in September 15, 1993, I would have been going to my freshman high school year, in which I did. School was maybe three months in. I can't recall. I know when I started the school that school was already in. I stayed at school maybe 2 months, and again, by this time, if anybody heard my story, I had a hunger for the dollar. And also in state school, it enhanced my criminal view too. Let me be very, very specific.
It's like we tell people when you send young men to jail at a young age, and you think they gonna change them. No, it only makes them worse because now we learning how to do stuff more from different people, and we learn how to get away with it a little bit better, and we grow a thirst to get into more stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. I knew that I was chasing a little money prior to me going to state school, but it was petty crime. It wasn't ever a thing in my neighborhood to get a hold of those drugs. Just right people. Knowing the right people, and everybody knew everybody. But anyway, by 1993, when I got out, I knew that I wasn't finna do no more petty crimes. I'm finna get some money, and I'm only 15. I'm finna get some money, and that's what I pursued. I pursued drug dealing, actually just marijuana at that particular time. And left school on a chase for the dollar, but as a criminal looking for any opportunity for the big dollar, for what we would call the big lick or the big hit, the big stunt, whatever that can enhance our pockets. We was on the look for, me and my crew, or just whoever. So that was it. We started from that to migrating from different neighborhoods. Cause me and my friend, we had a good, what they would call, I think they would call it these days, that straight drop. Or we had a real good connection, and we would go to different neighborhoods. We started transitioning to the east side of town, Kingston. We went out to Kingston and started doing a little hustling out there. Of course, we know how neighborhoods go, so you ain't gonna just get out here and flaunt the pack, because you can't come to my neighborhood and front the pack. You got to be kind of low key, deal who you deal with, get your little money, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to start then. But we went from Kingston, we even went to Gay City, all on the chase for the money, man. Sold to who we would, and went stepping nobody's feet, met some really big names out there in Gay City. Some brothers that welcomed us. And of course, jealousy comes in at some point. in any neighborhood. Back then, anyway, you can't be anywhere and everywhere jugging the sack. And we had a little small beef in Gay City. Of course, we already Crips. Everybody that was with me at that time was Crips. And we had to be honest, we had to leave that neighborhood. It went peaceful.
I know what you mean, Mike. When it's
to,
time to go, it's time to go.
It was just that time.
You done wore your welcome out.
Yeah, it wasn't even the people, so they,
that red and blue kicked in then.
Yeah, exactly. It was all good a week ago. Man.
Yeah.
The day y'all got to go. So we left. We know when to run. I mean, people tell you not running, but
right.
Of course it was.
Exit stage left.
You got to know how to
at a fast pace. We'll say.
You got to know when you got time to make a move. So.
Yeah. I look right to this day. I don't even go near Gate City, let alone go in it. Yeah. And it's 2024.
Yeah. It's funny, but it was dangerous, man. Because when you're young, you have a really cocky attitude,
So let's say your criminal activity start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and would you say that it put you on a direct course toward bumping heads with the prison system?
Ain't no doubt. You got to realize this. I think that most people, now I don't understand the generation here, I'm just going to say for my generation. When I grew up in a two-parent home, but still there was a lot of single mothers, and the people that were doing what I was doing it to try to escape. Now, that quickly transitions from just trying to escape poverty to getting caught up in the lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? Because I never had a pair of Jordans until I got my own pair. You know what I'm saying? I grew up where me and my brother would trade clothes. He would wear a pair of jeans on Monday, I wear them on Wednesday. We were the very same size. Or I didn't know what fashion looked like, so it comes from just transitioning from just going toward the criminal life to where, hey, I'm enjoying myself how I'm starting to look. I'm looking better, a few females talk to me now, I'm already buck teeth. So, at the same time, a little money make that not even seem to exist, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It just continued to grow, man. And I'm sure we're gonna get to that, but as I look back over my life, I had no regard for God, bro. I'm just gonna, if I can say that, and it's crazy because I said earlier how my upbringing, and let me add this to you, if I can, let me step back a moment. Before we were kicked out, after we was kicked out, my dad finally got us another home. And anybody that's from Alabama, this may have been worldwide or just in the United States, Pepsi Cola came out with the thing. This may be the 80s, that if you get all of the tops that spell Pepsi Cola, that means you have to get a P, you open up a top, and it'll have a P, you open up another top, it'll have an E. So you go through a lot of Pepsi Colas trying to spell out the word Pepsi Cola. And for anybody that did, they get $10,000. They got people on commercials saying, hey, I won $10,000 by spelling Pepsi Cola. I had every letter code but an E. And I was praying. I remember this vividly. I was praying. This before me breaking into this store. I was praying. I was like, well, God, bless me with the E. Now, mind you, I'm going to grocery stores or little convenience stores stealing Pepsis just for the tops. I ain't a Pepsi Cola drink. I'm in elementary. And I never got that E. And they discontinued the service. It crushed me, and it crushed my faith and believing in God. Because I'm like, I ain't asking for nothing for me. I'm asking you to help me help my mom. So when we go back to where I'm at now, you say, has it increased my criminality? No, it increased my mind to get more money by any means necessary, because God ain't in this.
Mm-hmm.
We here. We got to get it how we here. God ain't God. I ain't never said God was real, but I just didn't believe God was concerned about us. So yeah, it pushed me to a level, man, that I didn't actually think that I could be shot. I had been shot at until I got shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I had got almost an invincible mind that, you know what I'm saying, that certain things couldn't happen to me. I knew I could go to jail though. I knew that much.
Speaking on that one, um, you been to prison, right?
Yeah, been to prison twice.
What took you there?
A robbery and attempted murder. In '95.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's funny. I told you I got out of Mount Mead September 15, 1993. Exactly 5 months later, I caught the case that took me to prison and to the county jail. So I had been out 5 months. I got out at 15. I caught this case 5 months, 2 days before my birthday, which is in February. I can say where I caught the case at. I caught the case in the project on 20th place. Me and another guy, I don't call his name, but we caught a robbery attempted murder case on 20th place, 1994. And it took me to the county jail. I stayed in that county jail from that particular time. I spent 14 months in the county jail. So when I got out, I was 16. And stayed out of that situation. Still on bond, caught another case 6 months later. And I'm finna turn 17 in the county jail. I'm not gonna rush the interview, but I'm gonna stop at that and let you ask me something. But I'm back in jail. I'm on my way to prison. I don't know it yet, so I'm just gonna let you ask me another question. But I went back to the county jail for the second time.
Okay. Well, one of the questions I want to ask on your second trip into the county jail when you were on your way to prison, are there any is there anyone in the vicinity that you met or knew in that county jail at that time?
Yay! I went into the county jail, man, and I ran into. Actually, I'm gonna show you this. When and it's funny. I know you remember this, but I ran into you in the county jail. When I ran into you, that was my third trip back.
Oh.
I had 3 cases. I caught the first one. The second time, when I went back, I was released. I wasn't released. I bonded out. Wasn't supposed to bond out, but they gave me a bond, and I caught a third case, and they locked my bond. And when I got to the county jail on that third case, I was on my way to prison. I was on my way to prison the second time because I had cases already that I hadn't went to court for, and I'm still picking up cases. So I was on my way to prison, but on my third trip to prison, man, to the county jail, they put me in a block, of course. And when I got into the block, it was Crips and Disciples. I'm really not happy about being here. And most people, when you go in the county jail, you know anyway. If you've been in there a couple of times, you know most of the faces, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't just easily get in out that county jail. And I'm looking, I see a dude in here, a big old dude. Don't tell me, at the time I'm 17, don't work out, I ain't doing that. I'm straight street, just looking like I look. Small, slim, and I had the opportunity to meet you. And I was tripping because when you get in the county jail, like I said, you know everybody. Now I'm seeing another side of the world in Alabama. And listening that you talking, like, God, kind of small though. Cause I'm gonna show you something about you, what tripped me out with you when I met you. From what you hear from gangbangers, or from Alabama knowing what gangbanging look like, and then seeing on the news what California gangbangers look like, you know where you from, ignorant, and then you seeing the California part, like, them boys up there crazy, they ignorant too. But listening at you talk to you, you told the story, but what you were giving me at the time, I don't even know if you were giving me that. You was giving me, and I don't know, neither one of us knew what our outcome gonna be. We knew we had cases. We didn't know we were gonna go to prison for a long time or a short time. We were hopeful that we'll beat the cases. But I recall, man, do you remember me and you became cell partners?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got in the cell with you, and me seeing you in the dorm, I always reflected gang or dominance, this the gang, this the gang. But when I got in the cell, when we go in these cells at night, you talking to me with stuff that I ain't hear from. I got big homies too now. I got the homies in the hood. But the part of talking about where we are and where we're trying to go, you would say stuff to me and I'd be like, what? For instance, if I can, am I open to go here? Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember one night we were sitting down on our beds. And me and you were all way to chop it up when we get in the room, and a song came on. I think it's Computer Love. Mm-hmm. Is that your song?
I already know where you're going. Yeah, that used to be my favorite song.
Computer Love.
Me and my homeboy.
Right. And we were sitting there and we were talking and just the music was playing, and then you went to that song came on. I looked over that girl, I'm like, "Girl, you alright?" Cuz over here like this. Yeah. I'm like, "Cuz, what's wrong with you?" You like, "Cuz, this song bring up a lot of memories, man."
My homeboy Crazy Ray.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at parts that I didn't think at that particular time, the sensitive side of men, where I come from, and I ain't just where I come from, we just didn't, it wasn't even expected.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So even what you see today, like, I was just crying them on. I'm just gonna get out there. I was sending the text out, thinking about where I come from, and telling folks about this interview. I was crying, but that seemed to see a sensitive side of a man. That's a gangbanger, and the notable gangbanger did something in my mind. Mm-hmm. It shaped me to the point, and cause I ain't no punk. I ain't no punk, but you wouldn't allow nobody to see that, and for him to do that, I was like, man, that's awesome for somebody to be able to be who they are and still show a sensitive side. Because the way men are developed mentally, we don't cry, and if you do, that's a weak side. Mm-hmm. We feel like there's something weak about us. Man, that was a great experience, man, and you ain't gonna believe this, but most of the people I've been around during my incarceration, and for me to say this may seem even weird to the viewers, I would not, and I'm looking at the camera, take back my experience.
Right.
Of prison or the county jail and the people I encountered for nothing. If I can do it over, because I believe everything I went through, I learned a lesson from you. It's people that's been instrumental in my life, they don't even know it, that helped shape and form who you looking at today. So man, I wouldn't take my experience back, man. No. I just really believe it.
Those are life experiences, you know what I'm saying? They learning experience, you learn, you know what I'm saying? That's how you learn. Let me ask you this. So once you how much time were you given?
I was given 25 years.
And how much did you end up doing off of it?
I did 19.
19 straight, man.
I did 17 straight. I went back for a trafficking case. I don't want to jump. Can I back up a little bit?
Yeah, of course. It's course.
My second time in the county jail before I got a chance to meet you. Let me rewind back to that. My second time back in the county jail. I haven't said a prayer all of these years. I'm still at the tender age of 16, finna turn 17. I said my very first prayer my second time. After all of years, I ain't prayed since I told you I was praying for some Pepsi Tops at 8 or 9 years old. I haven't said a prayer since. So when I'm back in this county jail for my second time, okay, I see where my life going. I'm finna do something that my mama been telling me to do. I said, Lord, and I meant this. I said, Lord, I don't know how to stop. I know the way out. I know there's things I want in my life. I don't know how to accomplish it or get it. But if you can show me you real, I know you real, but if you show me you hear me, I'll stop doing a whole lot of stuff that I do. Mm-hmm. Now, at that time, I don't know about the Bible. My dad a preacher, but I ain't read no Bible. I just want you to show me you hear me. Because at this point, I don't think you hear me. I said, this is what I said. Because I said, look, I'm finna turn 17 in a couple of days. 9 months. I'm finna turn 17 in a couple of days. If anybody keeping up with you, I spent 16, 15. I just spent my 15th and my 16th. Yeah, and my 17th birthday locked up. I'm finna turn 18 in a couple of days. That's 3 birthdays in jail. I don't want to spend my 18th birthday in jail. And I tell God, I said, you get me out of here, I'll start smoking weed. I think I said I started having sex. I don't remember, but I said some promises to God. I was like, you get me out of here. And God, when I say I got out on the day of my birthday, it blew my wig. It took. That was the first prayer I ever had answered. I wasn't supposed to get out because I told you I was already on bond, a $30,000 bond for a robbery. When you go back to the county jail, they supposed to lock your bond. When you get back in Birmingham, they lock bonds once you catch more cases.
With that foundation, stay tuned for the next episode.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody gangsta boogie. 4, 2, 1, man. 4, 2, 1, man.